Hey everybody, there's G Junior, and we're back working on the Mad Mustang. This is going to be part 1.1 of the locked up engine. So what we have done is I have found my hone. I don't think I've ever used this hone before in my entire life. I bought it probably 40 years ago, and we've been slowly but surely trying to hone out number 8 cylinder, and this is the cylinder that seems to be the worst. So let me get the camera down in here, and it has definitely cleaned up a lot. There still is a pretty good groove mark right there at that one, but it's slowly coming out. We've been honing it for about a minute. We stop, we wipe it out, we look. So we've probably done it for about 10 times now, and it's cleaning up. Now, I don't know if you remember, it probably looked like that when we started. That piston's up, you can't really see. This piston and this piston we need to do, but this is the worst one, is number 8. So we're gonna try, you can still feel this with your finger. It's kind of rough. There's some pits up here, but I'm not too worried about the pits. It's all nice and smooth. This is just a little bit rough. So we're gonna continue honing this out and see if we can get that cut down. So I'll show you how we're doing it with the piston in. Pass the camera to G Junior. I'm just using some type of light oil, basically WD-40, and we're spraying it in the cylinder hone, getting it nice and sloped down. Then I'm taking the hone. I do have the piston all the way at the bottom. I'm closing the hone up, and I'm spraying the stones down. Then we're just sneaking it in. There we go, we're snuck in. So I've hit the piston a couple times, but basically what I'm doing is I'm going all the way down with the hone. I'm buried against the piston, and I'm just backing off a little bit, and I'm starting from right about there, and I'm just going in and out. And then I don't know if you can see it, there's a puddle of WD-40 down in there. So I know when I'm hitting the puddle, the puddle of WD-40, I'm getting too close to the piston. So I'm also keeping an eye on that. So I'm going all the way in, pulling out a little bit, and I'm got myself right there, and I just start counting. You know, try to do it for like 30 seconds. If it dries out, then I'll stop, and I'll put some more WD-40 in there. But this is what I'm doing right now. So we're just gonna continue honing. So let's just go ahead and keep honing for about another 30 seconds. All right, we got another 15 seconds to go. Now I'm just moving the hone up and down, trying not to hit the piston. All right, there we go. So then you want to reach down here, you want to pull this out and hold your stones together so you don't break them. And then I'll just move this out of the way. We're gonna have to get some clean rags here pretty soon. And then I just reach in here with a rag, and oh yeah, baby. As you can see, that one that I'm worried about, which is right here, is slowly fading away. So I'm just gonna keep doing it until I get it smooth. And then we'll move over to those. And I'll show you those before I get started. So let me continue working on this one. There's no sense in you keeping the camera on the entire time while I'm honing this down. I can still feel that though. But it's 100% better. And then what I'm gonna do is after I get done honing, I know everybody say, oh, you're putting all that metal in the rings and la 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 la. Well, you know something? This motor's basically junk. You know, it was locked up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flood this with brake clean, and I'm gonna put it to the very top and push all that stuff out. So I'm going to fill this up with brake clean, turn the motor over, and let it push it out, get the piston up to the very top like this one is, and then I'll spray brake clean all the way around the ring gland to get it flushed out so that those particles won't be there. And we're going to change the oil too. The oil looks nasty in this thing. All right, so let me finish honing this out. I don't know if I'm going to get all of it out, but I'm going to try to get most of that out, and then we'll move to the other side. Alrighty, it's about an hour later, and you know, we take and hone for a minute, stop, wipe it out, look, hone it, stop, look out. Batteries went dead, don't have a battery, batteries went dead. So now, let's take a look in here. The one I'm worried about is that right there. And I've got it to the point where when you stick your hand in there, you cannot feel it anymore. Before, it used to be really rough. It's that line right there all the way around. So now, when you feel it, you can't feel it anymore. I think we're gonna leave it like that. I try to put some crosshatch in it, but it doesn't seem like it's working. But you know, we're trying to bring this thing back to life so we can move it around. I think this cylinder is good. We're gonna leave it like that. We've put a bunch of brake clean in there and wiped it out, brake clean, wiped it out. We sprayed it with some WD-40. We'll bring the piston up to the top and then we'll flood it out again. So now we are going to have to slide over. And we need to start working on this one. So I have not done anything to this one. I don't think you need the light after all. Let's bring this down. So you can see this is really rough, and then up the top doesn't feel too bad. Of course, you probably can't see anything because there's no light for the top. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put this piston all the way at the bottom, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna start honing this cylinder out and see if we can get it clean. So I'll come back after we've honed it out for a while. I don't know if we're gonna do any more tonight or not. It's getting kind of late. We're gonna go in and have dinner, so we'll pick this up tomorrow. Alrighty, well, it's another day. So we've been busy and haven't gotten back to this. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to hone this cylinder out. I wanted to get a good look at this cylinder before I start trying to hone it out. So we're gonna have to do this one and this one. All the other ones look okay, but this is I guess this is the second worst. The other one that was worse was the number 8 cylinder, which we've already done, that looks really, really good. So we're gonna start doing this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on a time lapse, and we'll just do what I do, is we're gonna start honing it out. And this one's gonna be a little bit more difficult because the shock tower is kind of in the way, but I'm gonna try not to hit the top of the piston, and we'll just make this thing work. Well, as you can see at that last ending of that time warp, the stones I pulled out too far and they went flying. Luckily, all you have to do is just loosen up this and then tuck them back in. It doesn't look like I broke the stones, and this one is still okay. It's still flexing like it should. So that can be put back together. Not a problem, not a problem at all. Let's go over and take a look and see how we've done. So I know there's light, it's not the best in here, and I don't want to use a flashlight because then it just blinds you. But you can see, oh, that's pretty good. You can see already how it's starting to clean this up. Now I can still feel it over here, and there was a spot over here I can feel, but now it's going away. I think I'm gonna do this for a little bit longer, and that should clean up. So let me put the hone back together and let me go ahead and hone this some more. I think you're probably already bored with the time lapse. Let me get this one honed out, and we'll come back after I'm done to show you what it looks like. And just make sure you don't think I'm lying. There's cylinder 1, there's cylinder 2, there's 3, there's 4. So we're just going to hone this baby out till we clean it all up. I don't know what the top looks like. What's the top look like? Top is pretty much all smooth. Most of the water, you can see the stain where the water was sitting in here. It looks like a U. All right, well, I'll just leave the camera off for now. I'll put the hone back together and we'll start honing this out. And you know, it took me like a half hour on the other side, so this is probably gonna take me about the same amount of time. So let me get this done and I'll come back and show you the finished product on this cylinder. Then we'll jump to this cylinder. Alrighty, so I've been working on this cylinder for about a half an hour now, and it still has a little bit of a stain that really isn't cleaning up, and it's smooth now. I don't feel anything wrong, so I think we're gonna leave that one. I think that looks really good. I think we'll be okay. So now we need to do this one. G Junior finally showed up. There he is.
How are you?
Hey, here, go ahead and turn the motor over. Let me get this piston down so you can see how bad this one looks. Yep. Yep, keep going. Oh yeah, keep going.
Actually,
keep going.
It's starting to feel much better.
Yeah, it does.
Just turning it over.
A little bit more. And whoa, stop right there. The piston started coming back up. Let me get my rag and we'll wipe this one out. This one, actually, this one doesn't look very bad. This is the one that I put the evapor rust in, and you can see there's a stain. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see the stain? I think the evapor rust really cleaned this cylinder out. This one must not have been real bad. Yeah, see that line right here? Come on, light. Here, can you hold the light right there for me? Thank you. Yeah, see the stain right there? That is from down here. I think the evapor rust cleaned this up. It's a little bit rough, so we're going to get in there with the hone, and we're going to hone that one a little bit. I don't think any of the other cylinders really need it. Number 4 back here doesn't look like it had any water in it, and number 1 doesn't either. So I'm going to hone this out for a little bit, and we'll come back and see how it looks. But I think this one is going to be very quick and easy. Alrighty, well, number 3 cylinder actually cleaned up with only like a minute of honing. There's still a little stain here, but it's all smooth now. I think I'm gonna let this eat. So we got the motor free. We got the rust all out of the cylinders. I don't think the rings are stuck, to tell you the honest truth, the way this thing is moving around. I think we are going to go ahead and buy some gaskets, and we're gonna put this guy back together. I don't see any reason why not. We actually could put the gaskets on there and maybe do a compression test. So, all right, everybody. Well, there we go. I don't know what episode this is of the Mad Mustang, but Mad Mustang episode, whatever. We were able to get the motor free, and we're now used our hone and cleaned up the cylinders. So I think I'm going to leave that here until the next one. Probably the next video will be us taking and putting it back together, and we'll show you how to put it back together, and maybe we'll have it running. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe. You could always do that in that corner. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the new Mad Mustang series that we're starting here pretty soon. Well, actually, by the time you see that, we'll have a couple videos out. But yes, we have the Mad Mustang. We're working on the Mad Mustang. Oh, I'll put that in the next video. I'll show you the cylinder heads in the next video. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching.